My name is Peter. I'm representing eNABLE Lowell today. So every year in the United States, 1,500 children are born with a congenital limb difference. Now between their birth and the age of 20, on average they need 10 new prosthetic devices. These devices cost anywhere between $3,000 and $30,000. This adds up to a huge cost for the families, and many opt to forgo the devices entirely. Now myself and the members that are here with us, as well as others, for the past year have been working with an international volunteer organization called eNABLE Community Foundation. So with eNABLE, volunteers like ourselves use 3D printers to create affordable prosthetic options for children with congenital limb differences around the world. We give them away for free because we believe that no one should profit off another child's misfortune. Now, while working with this group, we've learned a lot, particularly that this group has grown very, very quickly. In the past 3 years, they've gone from 70 members to well over 6,000 across the globe. Now, there are 2,000 recipients waiting to be served by our organization, and the volunteers can't keep up. We've simply outgrown ourselves. These volunteers are acting largely alone, with little quality control or communication from the center organization. This is a problem. We need to better serve these 2,000 waiting recipients. We believe that our group of electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, plastics engineers, nursing majors, exercise physiology majors, biology majors, and others are uniquely qualified to solve this 2,000 person problem. We built a partnership with the university's Makerspace, where our members volunteer their time as Makerspace monitors in exchange for training, use of the tools, and all of our material costs covered for free by the university Makerspace. Now on top of that, we have support from the founder of eNABLE, along with higher-ups in the organization. We built relationships with other newly forming chapters, as well as 3D printing vendors such as Alpha Imaging, which provides high-quality 3D printers right here in the Lowell. Our proposed solution is to build a bona fide eNABLE Lowell chapter to become a hub for this organization in the Northeast. eNABLE gets an influx of new recipients, they can send them directly to us, and we can help pare down this list of 2,000 children that are waiting to be served. By having our students collaborate in teams instead of working alone, with faculty advisement, dedicated tools, time, and resources, and all of the other resources available in the university setting, we think that not only can we serve more recipients, we can also improve on the existing designs that you see in front of you. We can build efficiencies into our system, build a good supply chain that can reduce the cost of these already very inexpensive devices. Not only that, this is an opportunity for members like the ones you see here to get hands-on experience with the technology of 3D printing and to solve real-world humanitarian problems. Engaging engineers in humanitarian problems early means that they may go on, even if they don't continue with prosthetics, to do more so in the future. So we've raised $1,300 out of private donations in the past year. We've sent 6 hands so far. We've hosted a number of events on campus. So on top of the money we have raised and the continued aid from the Makerspace, we believe that difference maker funding could sustain us for 2 to 3 years, serving anywhere from 15 to 25 new recipients. Now, as of yet, our largest cost has been shipping. It's very, very cheap to make these things. It's more expensive to send them. So that will be the bulk of our costs. We also want to send our members to trade fairs and conventions so that they can further their experience. We want to host more events, like the regional conference that we're holding later this week, where other chapters are going to come and join us. And this will give us time to build a stable donor base and pursue other fundraising options to sustain us over the long term. Now, before I end, I want to bring the focus back to who is really benefiting from this project. So 10 months ago, I received an email, if this will go. So 10 months ago, I received an email with So this is Ethan. Ethan's an 8-year-old boy from Freeport, Florida. He has no hands and a palm about up to here. He sent us a message saying, "Can you please make me a hand?" So with the work together, we were able to send Ethan his first hand on Christmas Eve, working with his family. And with your help, we can do this for the 2,000 other children that are waiting for help just like Ethan's. So thank you, and I hope you consider us for the Difference Maker Challenge.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Yeah.
First question, you said that there's a deficiency in meeting about 2,000 children's needs.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned that the first round of difference maker funding will get you to manufacture 15 hands?
So so each of these hands costs $40 to make.
Okay.
So it is more about building a system that can continually serve a larger number of recipients, as opposed to the one volunteer to one recipient ratio. So starting out at 15 to 25 and working as we gain members, those will hopefully increase with time. But going from the 6 that we've made this year, we want to bite it off reasonably. We want to improve in a slow way.
The amount of children of the 2,000 that are based in the Northeast, is that your initial focus as a regional match?
So those 2,000 is just the standing wait list internationally. We've been working with the center organization to figure out how much is regionally focused. But because all these designs are open source and so many of the volunteers don't necessarily communicate well with the center organization, a lot of the regional information and the data in terms of how many have actually already been served can actually be relatively hard to track down. But we are working with them to build a list of regional members. Yeah.
So, actually, two separate questions. But the first question is, you mentioned it costs $40 to make one of those. So, where is the $40? Is that for the materials? Is that for the use with the computer?
Sure.
Is that for the labor to run the machine, or is the labor voluntary? Have you factored that in, or?
Yes. So we volunteer our time. None of us get paid. We stay within the university, and that even out of the university, that is how it's run. In terms of plastic, each one of these is pennies. It's a few dollars. And of course, it depends on the size. This is going to be a lot more plastic than this one. But a lot of it is factoring in the non-printed parts, so screws in the back, Velcro. It's a high ball number. So the first one that we made cost more because we had to buy new different types of pins that worked or didn't work. So that is the number thrown around by the organization, but it does depend on the size.
So long term, do you presume that the university would continue to allow you to use the necessary computers and devices that you need to make that, or is that something that long term you would have to set up and do in another facility, or do you anticipate a partnership with the university on an indefinite period?
So for now, we have a lasting relationship with the Makerspace. They have 3 printers currently, one nice one, 2 kind of not nice ones. They are purchasing a new $30,000 one, and so we will be given, they're prepared to give us one of the older printers dedicated to us entirely. It'll be ours to use. We're also looking at fundraising for our own, but it is a win-win.
For how long of a period of time?
Excuse me?
How long a period of time?
How long to do what?
Do you anticipate the partnership with the university to use the printers to do this? Like, what is the life of the project, I guess?
As long as possible, but the printers are going to be given. The printer is going to be given to us. It will be ours to use until it breaks. But we're looking to purchase our own. The partnership with the Makerspace, as stands, could continue on because they're benefiting from having our members volunteer their time in the space. So it is a work exchange where we don't have to pay anything, but they get free labor essentially from us.
Okay, couple. No, go ahead. Couple. What is a market? What is a makerspace?
So Makerspace is a community workshop where people. It depends where it is, but
What
in
is
the
it they
university
provide?
They provide the 3D printers. That is the main
great.
thing. But they also give us space to host events and
Cool.
meetings.
Second, what is it you're asking for? How much?
Well, so the calculations we did for 2 or 3 years was based on a $5,000 win. If we don't make it to the next round, we plan to go for People's Choice, whatever that award is. But the larger the prize we get, the longer term that this can be. But
you're
$5,000
asking, you're asking what you're asking for is $5,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And final question: you talk about a problem with supply chain. What are you doing to address that? Is that part of your solution?
Yeah, so we've been partnering with distributors of specialty filaments, flexible filaments, that are willing to give us materials at a discounted price. And because Makerspace, as of yet, is covering our material costs, that is part of it. But even the fact of doing bulk orders that an individual volunteer couldn't do will build into that.
I'm sorry. Okay. I have a suggestion for you. I'll do it.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Can I answer a question while they're walking out?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm fascinated and I never thought about the fact that the kids grow up.
Yeah.
And it needs to be refit. Is the thesis that if you help a child when they're really young, you stay with them as they grow?
So imagine it's like sneakers, right? Kids grow out of sneakers. Try growing out a $10,000 device.
Right.
So because they're so cheap, we can send them a new one every couple months. So as the student or as the child grows, we can give them these new devices. And the big reason that so many adult amputees don't use devices is because they didn't have them as kids because they were too expensive. So we're exposing them even just to the idea of using a device. So when they finish their growth spurt, they can then hopefully get a far vastly more functional device.
Very nice.
Nice job.